Well, everybody, welcome to week 16, the actual final week of the semester, which kind of means if you have something that's due that you haven't submitted yet, you've got to do it this week because after this, well, you'll fail the class if you haven't submitted all the required work. I've got one student who has still not submitted their presentation. You are going to fail. You might have an A or B average, but you're not going to pass the course. It is a requirement that you present your paper. I know I'm preaching to the choir here more than likely, but if you're the student, I've sent you an email. I'm going to call you in a few minutes on the phone to let you know you are failing the class. It is rare that I have someone that fails the class because they don't submit the paper. In fact, this has only happened one other time when a student with a A or B in the class failed the class because they wouldn't present their paper, and that's been about 7 years ago. So it's rare, but it's going to happen again real shortly. So, okay, off the soapbox, and let's talk about what we've got going on this week. Well, it is an important week because it is final exams. And again, if you haven't done any of you're missing some of your discussion post, or you're missing some of your quizzes, or in one case, the student who made a 40 on a quiz couldn't go on to the next, didn't realize, I guess they didn't realize they made a 40. They emailed me and said, hey, the next chapter's not showing up. Well, you've got to make at least a 70 on the quiz. So before you go into the final exam, 70 plus on every single quiz. You can retake every one of those quizzes and bring your grade up to a 100. If you got a 100, you can retake them because those quiz questions are going to be on the exam. And if you make a 70 on the retake, don't worry about that. You get the highest score, so you'll still have your 100, but it'll help you study because 30 of the 80 questions on the final exam are going to come directly from the quizzes on the first 12 chapters. So go back and take those. In addition, about 10 questions on of the other 50 questions are going to come from the chapters 13, 14, and 15 quizzes. So as a study guide, that's a good thing to try to do. Okay, let me get out of the way and we'll talk about what else we've got going on this week because we do have 2 other things that we need to do. First, you need to complete your original post on the final discussion. I had one student went to take the final exam and I guess they hadn't looked at that. Realized that they had to do the final discussion now they've done the final discussion, but make sure you do that. And it's 3 real brief things. Post a brief summary of the top 3 things that you have learned in this course and how you think they will help you in the future. Post your thoughts about what you liked and should be continued regarding the course structure and its presentation, and post any ideas that would you recommend changing and why. So probably half the class is already posted to the final discussion. One of the things I always get is every semester give more time or unlimited time on the exams. The nature of an open book exam says you can't do that. If I gave you unlimited time, you wouldn't even have to go to the course. You could simply look up every single answer and, that's not learning it, that's being able to find things. So that's why we have a time frame. I understand some people have test anxiety. If you do have test anxiety, we do have one of the counselors here on campus that we use to work with our police cadets with test anxiety, and they will help you to learn things, how to do, to overcome the test anxiety. So you just kind of go from there. Again, put your suggestions. I can't say that I can change things. I have changed the structure based on final discussion and on the suggestions made on the course evaluation. So those are good things. So please get those in. You do not have to do any follow-up posts to the final discussion. You're welcome to read other people's, and you're welcome to make follow-up posts if you would like, but that is not a requirement. There is, however, a requirement for you to complete the follow-up post to discussion number 15. Please do that prior to taking the final exam so that you have the advantage of your fellow students' wisdom on the exam review. So please make sure you do that prior to the final exam. And then finally, you got the final exam. So as I already mentioned, it's 80 minutes instead of 50 minutes, or 80 questions instead of 50 questions. And again, you have 80 minutes instead of the 15 minutes. That's 1 minute per question. The average time on the finals is under 50 minutes, about 45 minutes if I remember right, looking back. So that's almost using just half of the time for the average student. It is rare that students get locked out. If you've studied and know the material, you go through the majority of the questions. There are going to be questions that you don't know, and those are the ones that will take a little longer. So just kind of work through that. As in the past, be sure to answer every question before you spend time looking up questions so you don't run out of time. Use good time management. Well, that's all I've got for you. Have been a rather enjoyable semester. We started out shaky in this course, losing, I think it was 7 students in the first week. But that was over both of my online classes. I think most of them came from the intro class, but that just did the material for 1 week and then disappeared. Assuming they were students who hadn't taken an online class and kind of had the opinion that, oh, it's an online class, I don't have to do anything, and found out, oh, it's an online class, yeah, I've got to do a lot, and I have to do it, use the proper time management, and some students are not geared for that self-paced course. So those of you that have made it through it, you are geared for it, and I congratulate you. On this, and if you're graduating, we will see you at graduation next Friday night. If you're walking across the stage, it'd be nice to see you. I'll be in one of the stands. I'm not, for the second year in a row, I'm not walking with faculty. They arbitrarily assign us to different spots, and I'm an usher on, I think, the visitor side of the field. But I will be looking for y'all. And good luck in the future. If y'all are going to be back in the fall or summer too, I do have 3 online classes in summer too. I will see y'all then. Y'all have a great year. Talk to you later.